peace, health, and longevity. If you want to consume more plant-based foods, if you want to abstain from junk foods, if you want to consume fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and herbs, and avoid dead flesh, artificial flavors and colorings, sweeteners, anything that is unreal basically, purchase this particular manual, The Easiest Way to Become a Vegan by Pharaoh Ramesses El Aton, who has been a vegan 40 plus years. He will take you step by step on how to abstain from the junk foods, how to abstain from the dead flesh, the chicken, the turkey, the pork, beef, and all sorts of animal products. Purchase this particular manual, The Easiest Way to Become a Vegan, to eat more natural. Remember that the herbs are for the healing of the nations. Let food be your medicine and let medicine be your food. Consume of every fruit-bearing and herb-bearing tree. Unto you it shall be for meat. Purchase this particular manual, The Easiest Way to Become a Vegan by Pharaoh Ramesses El Aton. Peace, health, and longevity.
Positive energy all the time. Eat to live, don't live to eat. It's good to see you all. Always remember, vegetation is the source of all medication. How you all doing? Good to see you. Onyx, more power. Craig, Danielle, Rosterman. Now Danielle requested this presentation right here. Shout out to Danielle. She wanted to know more about plant protein. I'm actually drinking a protein shake right now. But it's made with Ripple, but not chocolate, the plain Ripple. A store by where I live was, I think, discontinuing the line, so they had it for 99 cents, so I bought like 4 bottles. I bought all the ones they had left, because they usually cost about $6. And then I'll buy the chocolate and mix it together, use it to cut it. to cut the chocolate ones. Dark chocolate is real good for you. The other day I melted some dark chocolate and I put some pomegranate kernels in it. It was my first time really making candy that I think I might have done it before, but I can't remember. It was actually nutritious. So we're going to talk about plant protein. Plant protein, plant protein, plant protein. When you say you're going to go vegan, that's what everybody wants to know. How do you get your protein? You know? So we're gonna break it down exactly how you get your protein. We're gonna break that down. One thing people don't quite overstand, they stand under, but they don't overstand, is that protein, all protein, the original source for all protein is plants. Plants are the original source of all protein. That's an absolute fact. The original source of all protein is plants. They don't want to teach you that, but it's a fact. For example, some people say they eat beef, and that's how they get protein. Where does the cow get the protein from? You know, you're telling me that, you know, in order to be strong, I have to eat the cow, but the cow don't eat cow. The cow doesn't eat hamburgers and stuff like that. So, protein, plants are full of protein. Lots of protein. Also, the protein in plants is easier to absorb into your body because the plants break down, pass right through your colon. Keep your colon nice and clean, keep your body nice and clean. Helps control your blood, helps control your fat intake. Good to see you, September. I've been plant-based now for 46 years, and I can say it's the best thing I've ever did, the best thing I've ever did in my life. Well, the second best thing. The best thing I did was stop smoking cigarettes when I was a freshman in high school. And the reason I say that's first, because if I would have kept smoking cigarettes, it would have blocked my knowledge, so I wouldn't have never been able to, I never would have went vegan. At the time, we called it vegetarian. So I never would have become a vegetarian. The difference between vegetarians and vegans is vegetarians don't eat meat, but vegetarians do eat animal byproducts like honey, milk, eggs, cheese. They just don't actually eat the animal. And vegans don't eat any animal byproduct. So technically, vegans are not supposed to be eating honey. And so I do eat vegetarian, well, not constantly, but I will have some honey here and there because I buy this special honey. I'm going to get this stingless bee honey because it has all kind of medicinal properties. So. But that's it. So I might do that. You know, if I put that in a drink, I'm vegetarian for one drink, you know, and then I'm back vegan, you know. I never did a whole day being a vegetarian. Except, you know, when I was in the county jail, I was vegetarian. I used to have to pick the meat out of my food. It was crazy. It's like being a prisoner of war. And so one thing you're always asked is, where do you get your protein? You know, and how can you build muscle if you don't eat meat? And I'm like, ask him. You know, he doesn't eat any meat. Now, how does he build so much muscle? From the plants. And he consumes a lot of them. But he burns a lot of energy, and he has a totally different digestive system. All of us have a very unique digestive system. I think the gorillas is one of the few herbivores that don't stand up a long time. All other herbivores, horses, cows, they stand up a long time. Dogs and cats have to lay down, have to sit down. They don't stand up long. So we're going to go through this whole process of protein. Where do you get your protein? Where do you get your protein? Where do you get your protein? When I first became a vegan in 1978, we wasn't really thinking about protein like that, but we did make milks. We would take a blender and soak almonds and take the brown part off the almonds. Sometimes they shoot across the room. They just come right out. Well, the almonds were bigger and fatter back then, not dried up. It's hard to find almonds like they had back in the day. You might have to order them or find a store that really got almonds that are not dried out so much. But if you soak them, that's how you get them a lot of milk out of them. And we would do the almonds and blend up the almonds. And when we would blend up the almonds, we would also blend up some black sesame seeds with it for that extra nutrition. These are almost impossible to find. I have to order them from Whole Foods. I have to order them from Amazon. I went to Whole Foods. I went everywhere. I went to Chinatown. I went everywhere. Nobody had black sesame seeds. And finally, I went to Amazon. Amazon's got everything. I got to give it to them. Amazon is amazing. I tell you, if you can't find it anywhere, you can find it on Amazon. It's unbelievable. So I found these on Amazon. They give you a big bag for hardly nothing, too. Don't cost that much. These last forever. I'm out. I got to get some more. I would show them to you, but I'm out. And so we'll let some people get over here, and I'm going to break down how you get your protein, how you get your basic protein, how you get your protein if you're working out. A lot of people feel like, if you're a vegan, you you can't build muscle. But that's all been disproven. That's all been disproven, right? Have you seen the Game Changers? Have y'all seen that? If you haven't, and you're changing the way you eat, and you really want to see something to inspirational with a lot of first-hand knowledge, watch the Game Changer. And you'll be, you'll really get the knowledge on what we do to eat right. Like this brother right here, he won the weightlifting competition. He's plant-based. He's a vegan. He lifted more than anybody. I think he won a gold medal, something like that. I know he won whatever medal it was. He came in first place. He was the champion of whatever competition that was. And he doesn't eat any meat. Mr. Universe just recently won. I did a live on that. I'll have to come and do it over here. I did on my other channel. I'll have to come over here and do it over here. He also just won Mr. Olympia. So you definitely can build a muscle. You definitely can get in shape. Don't let anybody tell you anything otherwise. It's just like anything else. You have to, no matter what, if you want to get gained and build muscle, you just have to make sure that you plan your meals, basically. That's it. All you have to do is plan your meals and stick with your meal plans and stick with your workout. If you do your meal plans and stick with your workouts, you can gain all the muscle you want, really. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. Everybody's waking up to it now and realizing that, we've been duped. We've been told the wrong information. We've been told the wrong information. We haven't been told the right information because it wasn't necessarily done on purpose. This is all new information when it comes to plant-based and the world finding out about it and doing the research, and doctors are backing it now. There's lots and lots of plant-based doctors, surgeons that have realized that you definitely can do great. But you just got to change your ways. You know what I'm saying? The brother Cali Muscle, he almost died, so he changed. He went on extreme fast, watermelon fast for many, many days and lost a lot of that weight and got those impurities out, and now he's building back up. It's amazing. This is when he was slimming down. You see all them veins and stuff in his arm. This is when he was doing the watermelon fast. But if you see him now, you won't see none of that. He's back solid, all plant-based. Good to see you, Andrew. And he said it saved his life because he almost died because, you know, they do all those steroids, all of that whey and them protein powder with the whey and stuff in it. So it almost killed the brother. So the brother had to go and like change. So we're going to show you, I'm going to show you, you know, what I do to make sure I have enough protein for my workouts. I'm 66. I started working out at 62. So I've been working out 4 years, right? I really started working out at 63. 63 really. No, 62. 62. I was in a building. I was in another building. I had my apartment and my office in another building, and they had a gym. And so I've been sticking with the program, but over this year, I've really put on a lot of gains. I've really put on a lot of muscle. But I've been reserving myself for 2025. Now, next year, you know, I'm going to go really hard next year. And, you know, I could tell the difference for sure. So I hit the gym. The plan is to hit the gym 3 times a week. That way, if I mess up, I'll be in there 2 times a week. And if I'm in there 2 times a week and I can't make it in there, then I work out at home. I got resistance bands, or I work out at the office when I get here. I got resistance bands. I got weights. And so I still get my workout on, whether I go to the gym or not. If I go to the gym, I'll just work out till as long as I'm feeling it. If I go in there and I work out and only 45 minutes, then I'll just leave. If I go in there and work out and I'm feeling good to an hour, then I'll leave at an hour. If I go in there and work out and I feel good to an hour and a half, I'll do an hour and a half. It all depends on how the workout is going. But I try to go 3 times a week, and if I miss a day, I'll do it at home. If I miss a week, then I'll just work out at home, which balance out because I go to the gym, I do an hour or hour and a half. When I work at home, I could do, you know, 2 or 3 hours because I don't got to keep running to the gym, so I could work out in the morning, do some stuff, work out in midday, do some stuff, work out at night, and if I'm up, work out at late night. So I'm able to actually keep those muscles stimulated. This is one of the best things you could get because this allows you to do many, many different types of exercise. And you see, I got the fat one, so this is a lot of resistance. So if you got some barbells in this and a mat to get on the floor, you're good to go. You know what I'm saying? Good to see you, Ryan. So we're going to break down protein and how you get enough protein, how to get plenty of protein when you're plant-based, when you're a plant-based vegan. Shout out to all my rosters. We call it ITAL. And ITAL is vital. Meaning ITAL means fruits and vegetables, not fish. So when you see a roster cooking up some fish, talking about eating ITAL, that's not ITAL. ITAL always fruits and vegetables, herbs and spices, grains, nuts and grains. That's ITAL. And so the first thing you have to know is that you can get a lot of nutrition from the plants. Now, if you're working out, you got to count your proteins. So you got to count your proteins. You're supposed to get your weight in protein for your workout. So if I'm 180, I'm supposed to get 180 grams of protein a day. You can split that up. And you have to, at first you have to count it. Once you count it a couple times, you know what to do to get it. So I stack my stuff so it's lots of protein. I stack it. Right? Now, one of the things I do to get my protein is get one of these Hamilton Beach coffee grinders. And when you get that coffee grinder, this coffee grinder allows you to create your own protein powder. Okay? So get this coffee grinder. It ain't nothing. It don't cost nothing. You might get it on sale for $15, $18 cheap. It lasts forever. When it breaks, just throw it away and get another one, right? You put your stuff in there and blend it up. Then you throw it in your protein shake or your smoothie, right? So I used that. And so like today, how did I start today? I had my milk as my base, 20 grams of plant protein in my milk, okay? I'm going to get an almond cow or maybe a really nice blender. I'm still trying to decide. I might not get the almond cow. I might get me a really expensive blender and use the nut bags. I think I would get more that way because I would be able to use that blender to help make my soups and all the other things. But to get my plant protein, my base is usually a milk. I use a milk for my base right now. And sometimes I'll get different milks. But my base, I use a milk. And I don't do soy milk. I eat soy, but not too much because I don't be wanting too much estrogen. Okay? So they came out with this milk made from peas. And I use that because that has 20 grams of plant protein per serving. And I drink probably 3 servings. So I get like 60. I get a lot of protein first thing in the morning when I make my drink. It don't be first thing in the morning, whenever I get up. So whenever I get up and I make my drink, I get a lot of protein right away, right off the top, immediately. I'm going to show you how I do that. But right off the top, I get a lot of protein right off the top because the milk off the top has 20 grams of protein per serving. And I would say I get 40 because I make a whole pitcher, but I don't drink it all then. I'll probably come back and drink some later, add to it some type of way, and come back later. So I don't really get to as much as I said. I don't get 60 grams from the milk. I probably get 40 from the milk. And what I do, I use that coffee grinder to dose up my milk to make my milk extremely powerful. I use my milk to help dose it up, and then I put my ingredients into the milk to drive up the protein right before I work out. So right before I work out, that's what I do. Right before I work out. So that when I go in the gym or I start working out at home or in the office, I have that energy and I have what's necessary in me to build muscle. Because you can't build muscle unless you feed it. So you have to feed the muscle. You have to feed the muscle. If you don't feed the muscle, you're not going to get no gains. The only way you're going to get gains is you have to feed the muscles. Okay? And when you feed the muscles and you stay with the program, you definitely see the difference immediately. And so my base for now, which I'm going to change next, after New Year's, I'm going to change. I'm not going to do the milk no more. I'm going to make my own. But this is made from peas, and it has 8 grams of plant protein. I said 20. I was thinking about something else. It has 8 grams of plant protein per serving. Now, most milks only have like 3 grams. 3 grams, basically. So this one has the most. So yeah, I miscalculated that. So I'll drink probably 2 servings. So I get 16 grams of plant protein, but I make enough to get 24 grams, but I can't drink it all right away. But I make a whole pitcher of it and put what's left in the refrigerator. Maybe I'll drink it at night before I do some type of small workout again before I go to sleep or something like that. So this is my base. So I take this and make that my base. And then I'll take this and I will begin to put variety of things. I never put the same thing in there, this today, that tomorrow. But one thing I always put in there is hemp hearts. I usually buy the organic ones, this one. So I always put hemp hearts in there. And these hemp hearts give me 10 grams of plant protein per serving. And a serving is 3 tablespoons. So I usually have about around, I would say, a serving and a half. Right? So I'll have a serving and a half, so that'll give me 15. So I'll get 15 grams of plant protein, but not really because I don't drink the whole thing. So I probably end up getting about 12 grams of plant protein in the morning. And this, let me add it up as I go. And I'll give you the numbers on what I kind of get. So With the milk is 8. I may get 24, but I only drink 2, so we'll say 16. Then plus this, so that's plus 12. So that's 28 grams of plant protein right there when I put this in there. And then I usually add pumpkin seeds, because the pumpkin seeds is good for my eyes and it's good for my sex drive, right? So I'll add the pumpkin seeds, which is 9 grams of plant protein per serving. And a serving is 1/4 of a cup. So yeah, I do about 1/4 of a cup. So that's 10. That's a 1/4 of a cup. So 1/4 of a cup. That'll give me 9 grams, and I'll end up consuming about 7 because I don't drink the whole thing, right? So that's plus 7. That's 35 grams of plant protein right there, right? And then I will add my protein powder. Now, no, let me finish. Now, I'm making my powder, okay? So let me not do this. So this is just my powder. This is just the milk and my powder that I'm making in here. So I'm mixing these pumpkin seeds and hemp seeds. I'm putting them in there and I'm blending them up, right? The next thing I will put in there in the blender is these steel cut oats, sprouted. So that's 8 grams of plant protein per serving, and a serving is a 1/4 cup. So yeah, I probably a little less than a 1/4 cup. So that would be about 7 grams of plant protein. So this, I end up getting about 5 grams of plant protein that I actually drink. Now, before the day is over, I get all of that. But I'm talking about my first drink before I go. So that's another. So that's another 5. So that's 40 grams of plant protein with the milk and my powder that I'm making. And sometimes I'll just put the 3 things in there. That's it. But sometimes I'll put, most times, I'll put a little chia seeds or flax seeds on top. So if I do the chia seeds, that's 5 grams of plant protein, and that's 0.2 tablespoons. So I don't be doing 2 tablespoons, probably a tablespoon. So that's like 2.5, maybe 3 grams. It might be a little more than a tablespoon I put in there. So we say 3, and I probably get about 4 from that. So that's another 4, right? So that's 44 grams of plant protein with the milk and the stuff I blend up in my Hamilton Beach. I'll put the milk in the blender and I'll dump the powder that I make out of the Hamilton Beach into the blender. Then I add my protein powder. This is 20 grams per serving. And I put the whole scoop in there. Let me see. So I put the whole scoop in there, so that's 20 grams. So out that 20 grams, I'm getting about 7. No, like 17. No, wait a minute. So divided by 3. So I get like 14, 13 or 14. So I get another 14 grams of plant protein. So I mix this with the milk and the powder that I made from this. So I have my protein powder I got from Whole Foods along with my protein powder I made. One of them is a powder form. The other one is a whole food. So it's not going to really, my body's not going to really take it as a powder, even though I blend it up. My body's going to take it like it's something I chewed up. So my body's not going to really register that as powder. It's going to register it as grounded up whole food. So with this being 20 grams, and I'm doing like, so a third, that's like 7, and it's about 6.5. So that's about another 13, 14. So I get another 14. So right there, that's 58 grams of plant protein just in that, right? In the morning. If I drink the whole pitcher, which I don't never do, so ain't no need of me saying that. If I drink the whole pitcher, it'd be more than that. So that's 58 grams. Now, 58 times 3, that's almost my body weight. So that's 1/3 of the protein I need that day for exercise. Now, this is for building muscle because I got to consume the amount of protein that I weigh. And I weigh about 174, 180. I don't know. I could go find out right quick. Let me go find out. Okay, so I'm like 177. So I lost a couple pounds. So this would just about cover me. This is 1/3 of what I need, and this is the first thing in the morning. So this is how you get your daily amount of protein. So now that's not even eating. That's just drinking my shake. See what I'm saying? So right now, I'm consuming, how tall am I? Like 5'11" and a half. I'm like 5'11" and a half. My weight was 180 something or something like that. I got it down. I dropped my weight. I lowered my weight first. So the first thing I did this year was I lost weight. I went on a fast and burnt fat off. Right? So when I burnt the fat off, now I'm putting the weight back on, but muscle. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm 5'11", about 5'11" and a half, and about 177. But that's the muscle I put back on there, because when I went on my fast, I had got down to like 172 or something. So that's like 5 more pounds of muscle. Right? So sometime I'll interchange, because I got the hemp protein powder, but it doesn't have much in it. But I'll throw a little bit in there just to get, this is 9 grams of plant protein per serving. And then sometime I'll put a little cocoa in it, right, to add something. This is 2 grams of plant protein per serving. And then, of course, This has no protein in it, but this is my sea moss, right? So I got a big thing of sea moss in there, and the sea moss is giving me all 100 and however many minerals you need in the body. You know what I mean? Right? So you just soak this, and when you get up the next morning, it'll be swole up. So you gotta, when you put this sea moss in water, make sure you fill the water up to here, because this is gonna expand. I wouldn't drink a protein drink at night. I eat in the evening time. So in the evening time, you need to be eating. You know, I wouldn't advise a protein drink at night. I drink what's left over sometime, but that just be like a snack. Like if I want something sweet, then that little bit of milk I have left from in the morning, I'll drink that at night. But I don't really consider that drinking, because it's not enough for me to really consider it drinking it. This, now these flax seeds I use a lot of times because I want to get all my other stuff, right? So this only got 3 grams of plant protein, but this helps me get my magnesium and my potassium and all of that. You know what I'm saying? My dietary fiber and all that. You can see the bag is empty, so sometimes I put that in there. So I would advise you should drink your protein drink before you go to work. If you get up and you go to work in the morning, you drink your protein drink in the morning while you're up walking around at your job. Right? Because you don't have to drink that to work out, because you can eat and work out too. But it's just, I feel like when you wake up, they call it break fast, so you're breaking your fast. So I feel like the milk is easier digestible because my body don't got to grind it up and stuff. So it's the best thing in the morning, because I might be in the gym at 5 in the morning. The gym open at 5. I might be in there at 5. I might be there at 9. So I don't be wanting to get up and cook. I get up and eat a banana and make a protein drink and get out there. And I try to drink my protein drink and get in there so that as I'm working the muscles, the protein is in there working right away. Right? And you could tell the difference too, because you feel your body swelling up. You could feel the strength when you feed it. Now, how I learned that is when I lived in Hawaii and I was growing in the hills. And when I was growing, I had some plants, and I was just trying to learn how to grow, and they was all right, but they was all straggly. But when I learned how to feed them good, the plants was fat. So I said, it does make a difference, because the better you feed your plants, the better they are. If you go to work early and work out late, that don't matter, right? Because you're going to use your food. So let's say I want to work out this evening. I still would drink my protein shake in the morning, because you got to get protein. You got to get protein all throughout the day for your 2 or 3 meals, right? So that's only, right? That's only 58 grams of protein, and I need 177, 180 grams. See what I mean? So I need another 120 grams of protein or something like that. No, I need almost another 120 grams. So I got to get 62 more times, right? So it doesn't matter, because you're going to get it 3 times a day. Some people do that and go to the gym and come and take another and then go back to the gym. So some of the real fanatics, when they come to working out, they go to the gym twice. They drink their protein shake and go, then they come back and cook a meal, then they go back. I don't do that. I just go once. But no matter what, if you're consuming the protein and work out, you're going to get the results, whether it's a protein shake or whether it's your food. And you have to count your calories in your food too. You have to make sure that there's a certain amount of calories in the food. So that's why I'm getting ready to go buy some of this tomorrow. This is something new on the scene. This is soy-free tofu. It's not made with soy. It's made with fava beans. And this is 64 grams of protein. So if I eat half of that and cook half of that, that's going to give me 32 grams. Then if I got some beans and stuff with that, I could easily get 60, 65 grams, which means I'm only going to be short like another 40 grams or something, and I'm good to go for the day. So I'm going to pick up these tomorrow. I just found out about this. So I'm going to go pick up them. So you got to do this 3 times a day. So this is how you get your protein. Now, you don't have to do all that if you're not working out. If you're not working out, that shake I made up and just eat some food that got protein the rest of the day, you'll be fine. But if you're going to work out, or if you had an accident, some type of damage to your body, new studies have shown that plant-based vegans need to uptake in their protein to help heal the wounds or broken bones or whatever. So if they're now suggesting if you got to go to surgery or anything like that, increase your protein intake because the healing process works better. Okay? Do I drink a protein drink every day? No, because I only work out 2 days a week, 3 days a week. I work out at home, and I go to the gym. So I go to the gym either 2 days a week or 3 days a week. But if I don't make it to the gym, I work out at home. So I don't drink them every day. I'll drink them probably 4 days a week, sometimes 5, but a lot of times just 4 days a week probably. Probably about 4 days a week. I don't drink them every day because all you want to do is get the protein from wherever you're getting it from. So that's a good question. So as a plant-based vegan, it's a lot of stuff I got to do. So I got to do more than just get protein. So on the days where I'm not working out, on those days I'm trying to do other stuff like cleansing. So I'm drinking ginger and lime and key limes, right? Because I also gotta make sure I'm cleansing. So on those other days, I'm doing other beneficial nutritional things. See, there's a lot of different nutritional things we have to do, right? So we have to. So when I do that, I'm taking my multiple vitamins. I use the Garden Life Men's Multiple, 40 plus. Even if you're not 40, buy the 40 plus. Because they got more vitamins in it. Why? I should have been known this. Why buy the regular ones when they give more vitamins to the older people? See what I'm saying? But there's other things you got to do. So that's why, I'm taking my my omega-3s. I'm taking my omega-3s. I'm taking my K2. I'm taking my vitamin D. If you don't take this vitamin D, then the nitric oxide and stuff that you're consuming, it ain't going to help you. And then, this is going to affect you sexually in a lot of ways. Because these vitamins, the vitamin D and the vitamin C and these vitamins, they work together. And sometimes one vitamin won't work unless it's got the other vitamins. So that's where the multiple helps, because the multiple got all the vitamins, which will help you when you take the independent vitamins, right? But I'll be pumping up on the vitamins. Now, let me tell you why. When I was in the county jail, I was in there 4 months. And, also refraining from sex, builds up your testosterone, make you stronger. But I was in there and I was getting a lot of money on my commissary. So when I would go to commissary, I would buy, 2 bottles of vitamins. I ain't had nothing to do, so I took 2 vitamins every day. And sure enough, I know for a fact that me taking them 2 vitamins a day for 4 months, it made all the difference in the world. Real talk. And so there's other things you got to do. So that's why I like to concentrate on my protein on my workout day. On my workout day, that's when I pump up with the protein right before I work out. So I would advise you to still drink the protein shakes in the morning or your smoothies in the morning. And then eat a nice lunch with a lot of protein and a lot of nutrition in your lunch. And if you got to work out at home in the evening, then eat a nice meal with a lot of protein in the meal and then work out. You're going to get the same effect. Because now you're going to have more protein in your body than I be having when I'm going, because you got protein from 3 meals or 2 meals when I only got protein from a shake. Because it's about the protein, it's not about where it's coming from. The reason I like the milk in the morning, because then when I don't got to digest it and I drink it, it hit right to the system right away. So I try not to, as soon as I finish drinking it, I'm out the door. I try not to drink it until I'm dressed, got all my workout stuff packed up, and I knock it down, and I get right to the gym. Boom, 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 boom. It works. So I would advise that in the morning, maybe 3 times a week. Things are going to go better for you at work. You're going to be stronger. And also it stops you from eating so much food, so you won't gain no unnecessary weight, because you're pretty much on a liquid diet when you wake up, or a liquid live it, because we don't diet, we live it. Right? So there I got, when I do that, I got almost 60 grams of plant protein. So I only got to get 60 and 60 again, and I'm good. 58, 58, 58, and I'm good. So I dose my stuff up. Then when you come home, then you have to make the second meal. That's why I showed you this. So then for my second meal, I would eat half of this, which would be 32 grams. I mix that up. And then whatever beans or whatever I got, see how many grams of plant protein I got. And now it won't even take that much, because I already got 64 grams. And half of that is 32, so I only need another 20-something, which would be easy to get. Right? Now you'd be like, well, how is it easy to get? Well, there's a lot of this food got a lot of protein. Spirulina got a lot of protein. Sprouted peas. Alfalfa sprout is full of proteins. Alfalfa sprout is what they give horses. When the horses get a little weak and don't look strong, you know what they give the horses to get them to be cock diesel? They give them alfalfa sprout. Artichokes, edamame beans, lima beans, radish sprouts, bean sprouts, cornmeal, peas, Brussels sprouts, and parsley. Now, Brussels sprouts is my favorite, because Brussels sprouts raises my libido. So if I got a date with a woman, I'll cook some Brussels sprouts. And Brussels sprouts is the lick, okay? But as you can see, it's 3 grams of protein a cup. The spirulina is 4 grams a tablespoon. See the difference? The spirulina is strong. The edamame beans is 18 grams for 1 cup. That's a lot of protein. The cornmeal is 12 grams for 1 cup. So with charts like these, you can monitor. Now, at lunch, if you want to have some fruit, then you can do the same with the fruit. Guava's got the most. Avocados second. I ate a lot of avocados. Then apricots. Then kiwi fruit. Then blackberries. Oranges. Bananas, cantaloupe, and raspberries, and peaches is last. These are the top 10 fruits that you can get your protein from. So you can get your protein. It's not no problem. You can get your protein, but you have to plan your meals if you're working out. If you're not working out, just eat and just make sure you pump stuff up. Now, as you can see with the rolled oats, when my steel cut oats, once I use them up, then the next time I get the rolled oats. The steel cut oats have certain benefits. The rolled oats have certain benefits. So just to make sure I get the best, I do them both. The rolled oats will say 5.5 grams of protein. The steel cut say 5. But some experts say your body absorbs everything better from the steel cut than it absorbed from the rolled oats. So a lot of weightlifters and people like that. But the rolled oats is good because it ain't no sugar. See? With the steel cut is 10 grams of sugar. With the rolled oats, is no grams of sugar. So in the long run, that's going to be good for you because you want to cut back on that sugar intake. And this is how you get enough protein in your body. Now, I use this protein powder right here. I switched from what I used to use. It had too many ingredients in it. And this only has 6 ingredients, right? So this only has 6 ingredients in it, so I like this one better. This has organic pea protein, organic alkalized cocoa, organic vanilla powder, organic pumpkin seed, organic monk fruit extract, and organic chia seed protein. So you're getting all your protein from the chia seeds and the pea protein. And the rest of it is just flavoring. Oh, you're getting some from the pumpkin seed too. Organic pumpkin seeds giving you something too. So this is good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So one scoop is all you need. And 1 scoop is going to give you 20 grams of plant protein. And that's how you are able to get your protein as a plant-based vegan. So you got your hemp seeds, you're going to get everything like that. You got your hemp seeds and all that. Then you got your vitamins you're taking that's going to back you up. That's going to make sure that you get your chromium and your manganese and your selenium. Now you can get selenium out of Brazil nuts, I think, right? Brazil nuts. But this helps me get my selenium and my zinc and iodine and all that, biotin and all that, and these and this, right? Sea moss. I got a big batch of it in there a day. There's some in this drink. I put in this drink. Well, sea moss is packed with nutrients. Packed. Right? So if you want to get your nutrients, the sea moss is the way to go. As you can see right here, our body is composed of 102 minerals and nutrients. Sea moss contains 92 of these minerals, including magnesium, potassium, iodine, sulfur, calcium, selenium, fiber, copper, phosphorus, zinc, riboflavin, and manganese. And so with the sea moss, you're going to get 92 of the minerals and vitamins that you need. Okay? 92 minerals just as sea moss alone. And your body needs 102. So if you put some bladderwrack with that, you get all 102. I got some bladderwrack in there too. So if you soak your sea moss and make a big batch of sea moss and then have your bladderwrack, and in the morning before you put your sea moss in whatever, you just take a little bladderwrack and put it in a glass. You only got to soak that for maybe 15 minutes. You don't got to soak that all night. You can really soak that. That'd be ready in about less than 15 minutes, in like 3-4 minutes. As soon as it get wet, it's ready. So you can soak your sea moss 3-4 minutes. Your bladderwrack. And you can put a little bit of that bladderwrack, blend that up and put that in your sea moss every morning, and you'll have it all. Sometimes I blend it up together. So sometimes when I make my sea moss, I'll soak the bladderwrack and the sea moss. I'll soak the sea moss overnight. I'll soak a lot of bladderwrack in the morning, and I whip it all up. So I have a bladderwrack sea moss mix. So I have all 102 minerals that the body needs. Now, what you think the coincidence that our body needs 102 minerals and the earth contains 102 minerals? That show you what you're supposed to be eating. There's no animal that has that. Now, another thing you could get is some kelp. Now, not this kelp, get some real kelp. This kelp is real, but this is iodine kelp. This is the iodine extracted from the kelp. So I take this because this is good for your thyroid. You got to have iodine. So this is good for your system, kelp. But you can just get the whole kelp, the real kelp. I just got the capsules so I can remember to take them. But you can get the kelp in the let me see if I can get a good shot so you can see it. You can get the kelp in the regular form. Excellent source of iodine and necessary trace minerals supporting healthy thyroid function. Thyroid function, okay? But you can just get the you can just get the whole kelp. These sea vegetables are good for you. And they got kelp powder. You can get the kelp powder. So you can get the kelp powder and take it. A lot of people get the powder, and it's a superfood too. Kelp is a superfood too. So some people get the kelp powder, which I got to get some more. This is something that you should be taking. There's a few superfoods, okay? that is good to have around. Moringa is a superfood. Kelp, superfood. Sea moss, superfood. Right? Those are superfoods. Another superfood is spirulina, which I got to get some more of that. This is why I say I don't do the same thing every day because I have to run all this stuff through my body. This is also a super duper food. A lot of people that work out, they get this. So this is also a superfood. I ran out. I got to go get some more. I haven't had none in months. So I am going to go get me some kelp. I'm going to go get me some spirulina. I'll take those separately. I'll take spirulina just straight and drink it. This is also a superfood. When I mean superfood, I mean superfood. No kidding. Superfood for real. Spirulina is a powerful antioxidant. People are always raving about the antioxidant. It may help reduce cancerous tumor. It's good for your heart. It could help relieve your seasonal allergies. So if you got allergies, they say it could help. It can improve your dental health. It's a superfood. I had friends that used to work out back in the 70s, and they put me up on this. You know? So this is why I can't do milk every day, because I got to try to run all these things through my body. I had a female say, "What is all this stuff you got?" You know? And I'm like, I have to run these things through my body. You understand? So that I can have my body act like I'm living in a natural world. Because when you live in a natural world, you run a lot of things through your body. You don't eat the way we eat when you live in nature. When you live in nature, you eat whatever's ripe. So if mangoes is ripe, it's mangoes. If honeydew melons, when they get ready, it's honeydew melons. When the watermelons get ready, it's watermelons. So we eat kind of mono. You might only eat 2 things a day because you eat what's ever ready. And this is what keeps you so healthy. Because the repetition of these foods make you healthy. So in other words, if you get some papayas, they say if you swallow the papaya seeds whole, it'll take all the worms out your body. Don't crush them. Because they say if you crush them, it gets rid of the magnetic power it's got. It's got a magnetic power. So if you, because I'm going to go get some like tomorrow, and you swallow those, some of those papaya seeds, and all the parasites in your body will stick to the papaya seeds and come out. If you have any kind of stomach issues, papaya. My queen, my ex-queen, she had stomach problems. She became a vegan late, so she already probably had some issues. Right away, I took her. We went to the store. We couldn't find papayas. We went to the Mexican store, Pete's. They had the big papaya. She ate them, no more problems. The papaya is the best thing for your stomach. If you have any type of stomach issues, go get you a papaya. But you swallow those seeds whole, and they deworm you. But getting back to the protein, this is how we get the protein in our body. We get the protein in our body through these foods. Maca root. Now, I got maca powder that I take, which is also good for your libido, brothers. The maca root. You know what I mean? And I'll probably talk about that this week too. What men can do to raise up your testosterone and your libido. There's plants to do that too. Brussels sprouts, maca root, red stuff, pomegranate, watermelon, beets, that stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So you can see the power of the food. These are also foods that's got lots of protein in it. You would never know mushrooms got protein in it. Sesame seeds. Remember, like I told you? You see it says sesame seeds? So if those sesame seeds is powerful, what you think these sesame seeds is? It's the black ones. You know what I'm saying? If the regular sesame seeds got a lot of protein in them, imagine what these got in them. So like when these come in, when I order these and they come in next week, a lot of times I'll change. I'll use chia seeds today. 2 days later, I'll use the black sesame seeds in my protein powder, my protein shakes. I change up my shakes. I change up my shakes to make sure I run everything through my body. You want to run a lot of stuff through your body so that you got the best chance to be healthy. Another thing I do at least once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, I put a little bit of blackstrap molasses in my protein drink or in your smoothie. This will give you iron. Now, ladies, you need to be drinking, put a little bit of this in one of your drinks at least once or twice a week. You can spread it out like Monday and Thursday. A little bit, not a lot, because it'll make you constipated. But especially if you have babies, and you have babies, but women, you bleed a lot, once a month. So you lose a lot of iron, and you have to replace that iron. And this is the natural way to replace the iron. The iron supplements is hard on your body because it's real iron, and your body can't digest real iron. This is why the powers that be put the stuff in the plants so you can digest it. Our body got 102 minerals in it. The earth got 102 minerals in it. And guess what's down in the earth? The roots of the plants. So if I take these vitamins and crush them up, that's basically dirt. But these is made from the food. These ain't out the ground. These is all made from plants. I don't buy the vitamins. I don't buy raw vitamins. I buy vitamins derived from plants. Because the plants go into the ground and pull the nutrients up and put it in the plant. This is why the plants are for the healing of the nation. And so the ground is all these rocks, all these minerals. And so the ground got all kind of calcium and stuff, right? And what happens is these rocks and stuff rub and turn to dust, right? Then when it rains or you water the plant, that mineral dust turns to mineral water. And then the plants do what? Drink the what? The mineral water. And then the minerals go up the stalk of the plant or the trunk of the tree, and then it puts it into the fruit of the vegetables. So that us and the animals can get it. So we don't got to eat rocks. The plants is down in the ground pulling the nutrition out of the earth. I don't know why doctors just don't tell y'all the truth. The plants are in the ground pulling up to that nutrition. That's why you have to feed the plants. That's why you got to feed them. That's why you got to give them nitrogen. That's why you got to give them potassium. That's why you got to give them phosphorus so they can grow. But they're also pulling up all that calcium and all that manganese and all that stuff in the earth. The plants is pulling it up. And the sea plants is getting a lot of it because what's in the sea? Floating minerals. The ocean is a big mineral bath. That's why they need to stop polluting it. How much papaya seeds? You just take about 8 or 9 of them and swallow. That's it. You don't need to swallow a whole bunch. 8 or 9 of them, 10 of them. Swallow them. You never know you swallow them. You ain't gonna have no parasites in you. That's how you deworm. Papaya seeds deworm. There's other. I'm gonna do a live on deworming. Let me write that down. Because there's things that deworm you, but a lot of this stuff naturally deworm you. When you eat fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, it naturally does stuff. Okay. Natural. In other words, when we eating plants, we're doing stuff that scientists ain't found out yet. So when I became a plant-based vegan in 1978, I was doing stuff before science found out. So I've actually watched science make these discoveries and found out I was eating something good before science knew how good it was. Because all this knowledge is new knowledge. They had none of this knowledge in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. All this knowledge has been found since the late 70s till now. This is new knowledge. And so those of us that I've been plant-based 46 years, we eating stuff, and then we find out, oh, this is really good for me. I didn't even know that. So you could be eating dates. And then 2 years from now, they said did a study, and dates do this and that. And you'd be like, wow. I eat dates all the time because they still are not finished studying plants. They just scratching the surface. Because plants got the answer. Us and plants, we are an ecosystem. The plants breathe out, right? And we breathe in. The plants breathe out carbon dioxide, we breathe it in. Then we breathe out, the plants breathe out oxygen, and we breathe it in. Then we breathe out carbon dioxide, and they breathe that in. The plants drop food on the ground. We eat the food, we boo-boo, and the remains of the food go into the soil, and all the leftover nutrition is in the soil, and it's a cycle. Then the plants grow off of the boo-boo in the soil and make some more food. Because most plants, you feed it with manure. Manure is everywhere. Birds is in the tree, right? And birds is crapping all around the tree. And what is that crap turning into? Nutrients. Because the crap is nothing more than the food. And when the bile dries up, now you got pure nutrition. So when I lived in Hawaii, we would take cow manure, put it on a big aluminum sheet, and when the sun shine on it, we mix it around and let it dry. If it's getting ready to rain, we cover it up, don't let it get wet. And when the cow manure gets all the way dry, if you pick it up and crumble it, you won't smell nothing. And it's grass. You will see the grass. As the bile and stuff starts to burn off with the sun, I'm telling you, when cow manure gets all the way dry, it's grass lumped together. It's grass. You can see the grass. It's a brown, dry grass. And you can crumble it and it'll have no smell. It don't smell like manure. If it smells like manure, it's too young to put on. It's not ready to put on your plants. That's why we having all these outbreaks, because they putting wet manure is getting on the lettuce and stuff. Where it's runoff from the cows or runoff from the pig, get all on the romaine lettuce and stuff. But if that stuff is absolutely dry, you won't get nothing. There won't be no disease or nothing in it, because disease can't live in no bone dry stuff. Disease got to live in something moist, damp, moldy. Even mold can't live if it's bone dry. You never seen mold growing in the sun. You never seen mold growing in the sun. If you don't want mold and stuff in your basement, turn the heat on down there. Turn the heat on down there. In your basement, you need to let your basement get hot. You need to make sure your basement get hot every now and then. Don't let that basement stay cool, because there's cracks and crevices in your basement where there's moisture. You need to let that basement get burning down there every now and then. Especially back where your furnace, where your water coolers, your water tank and stuff is at. Hell yeah, you need to have some heat back there. Or you're going to look up after 10, 20 years, you're going to have mold everywhere. You ain't going to even know it's there. Where this spot just never got no heat. You understand? So if you want to make sure you get enough protein, just do the research and make sure you eat accordingly. Because a lot of meat eaters are not getting enough protein because they're eating a lot of French fries and bread. See what I'm saying? That's why even the meat eaters tell you, you got to eat a whole meal, not no fast food. You got to actually eat some asparagus and stuff. You can't just eat fries and bread with a little burger that is mixed with so much stuff. It's not really meat necessarily. It's a patty, but what kind of patty? So that's why people that's not vegans, that want to be healthy, they make sure they buy whole meat, like real meat. But the way the system is set up, if you want fresh steak off the cow, you got to pay more than the old steak that you don't know what that is, if it's glued together or whatever. But the problem with a lot of stuff is you got to keep the worms out. You got to keep the parasites out. You know what I'm saying? When you're eating and when you're taking care of yourself. Now, that's another thing about pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are a dewormer, too. Hold on. I say fact check. False claim that pumpkin seeds can treat worms and parasites in the body. So they saying, did you know pumpkin seeds can contain a substance called cucurbit and it treats others by paralyzing them or something? Reason the text on Instagram. The post received more than likes in a month and recently deleted posts from the page. So they saying that's fake, right? They say pumpkin seeds are not an effective treatment for any sort of infection from a worm or parasite. That's true. Pumpkin seeds will not treat an infection from worms. But worms don't like pumpkin seeds. But if you've already got an infection from worms, pumpkin seeds won't treat that. I don't know who posted that. They're 100% right. That's definitely false. But the Hebrew Israelites, the black Hebrew Israelites here in Chicago, they the ones told me about pumpkin seeds because they give pumpkin seeds to their children to prevent worms. But it won't cure an infection from worms. Those are two different statements. People be saying a lot of fake stuff. Putting out false information. You know what I'm saying? So it won't, you know what I'm saying? Let's see, pumpkin seeds are packed with essential nutrients. You know what I'm saying? Some people believe pumpkin seeds may help with parasite concerns, which affect at least 12 million Americans. Right? But look what pumpkin seeds have in them. Look at this. Pumpkin seeds is all of that. The key nutrients present in a 1 ounce serving of pumpkin seeds are as follows: 163 calories, 9 grams of protein, 14 grams of fat, 4 grams of carbohydrates, 2 grams of fiber, 2 milligrams of iron, 156 milligrams of magnesium, 333 milligrams of phosphorus, 223 milligrams of potassium, 2 milligrams of zinc, 16 micrograms of folate, 18 milligrams of choline, 15 milligrams of calcium. Health benefits: support the body defense against parasitic concerns, support sperm production in men, help support wound healing, support digestive health, support healthy balance of microbes, supports a healthy inflammatory response, supports prostate health, support healthy blood sugar levels, support heart health, support overall cellular health, support liver health, support healthy metabolic function, support bone health, support healthy blood pressure levels, support healthy cholesterol levels, support a healthy weight, and support a healthy sleep. The antioxidants in pumpkin seeds promote better overall wellness, including supporting cellular health, vision, heart health, and cognitive function. That's why you see I use the pumpkin seeds all the time. You know what I'm saying? All the time. This is a new one. This one ain't even open yet. Oh yeah, I just opened it. This is a brand new one. These go in every protein drink. And sometimes I'll just take a handful of them when I want a snack instead of candy and junk. I just go get a handful of them and eat them. By the time you get through chewing them real good and stuff, you don't want another snack. Yeah, pumpkin seeds. This is miracle food right here. Brothers, this here, you want to save your marriage? Don't say I didn't tell you. Don't say I didn't tell you. But you still got to exercise. You still got to move your pelvic and move down there. And you got to drink a lot of water and all that. So it ain't like no miracle going to help you if you ain't doing other things that's right. But it will begin to help. But it's definitely all these foods are basically miracle foods. Almost every food is a miracle food when it's a natural plant. They do a billion things. So pumpkin seeds will not But if you got an infection from a worm, puncture seeds ain't going to cure that. Some things you got to go to the doctor and get serious medicine. For real. But if you do get medicine and somebody be like, well, Farrell, the medicine might be toxic or do something to your body. No, because when you take the medicine, then you go back and eat the plants. If the medicine is trying to do something wrong, the plants is going to help correct that. So the plants is always trying to help you. How do I feel about fruitarians? I think fruitarians is cool, but the problem with fruitarians is a fruitarian has to be in a fruitarian environment. And if a fruitarian is not in a fruitarian environment, then it's not healthy. You should always eat what's in your environment. Now, the one problem with the fruitarian is this. When I first got to Hawaii, I had came because a brother I met in L.A. named Shay Shay. And Shay Shay was a fruitarian. And so we would eat fruit, but I would cook a big rasta yaba pot with vegetables and stuff. So Shay Shay was real sick. And he went to the doctor, and the doctor told him he had a staph infection. And all Shay Shay do is eat fruit. So I told Shay Shay, don't eat no fruit. And I cooked, and Shay Shay ate our food. When he ate our cooked food for 7 to 8 days, he got healed. Now this is what's messed up, when he went back to the doctor, then the doctor told him that what he had lives off of sugar. Staph infections live off of sweets. You see what I'm saying? So the reason I don't agree with being a fruitarian all the time, because different parasites and bugs and stuff, they get used to you eating the same way. There's parasites that can live in vegetables. There's parasites that can live in fruit. But none of them can live in both. So you must shock the body. So you got to eat fruits this time. But you got to have herbs and spices too. You can't just do fruit. You have to do both. The fruits do one thing, the herbs and spices do another thing. So you have to me, you have to interchange them in order to protect yourself. And in Hawaii, they have a staph. It's called staph. And what happens is because it's so warm, the staph infections won't die. So in Hawaii, if they got the lava rock, and some of the lava rock is like sharp, like glass, and rough. It's like it's rough looking, but when you hit your leg, it'll cut your leg. And then when you get a sore out there, you can get a staph infection just like that. Right? You can get a staph infection just like that. And that staph infection, sweets, it'll live off of the sweets. But it don't like bitters. It don't like onion. It don't like garlic. It don't like that kind of stuff. So even when you eat fruits and you eat vegetables, you can tell that the fruits feel nutritious and the vegetables feel like you eat medicine. You ever notice that the vegetables taste medicine-y? Some vegetables are real medicine-y. Y'all ever notice that? You know how some medicine's like, ugh. Some vegetables is straight medicine. Like black seed oil. Jesus Christ. Can't nothing live in no black seed oil. There's certain parasites that I know if you drink black seed oil, I know they're going to come out because it's nasty. It's nasty. If you put that on a worm, that worm is not going to like that. And worms don't like salt. That's why when you use the 100% natural salt, I didn't bring my salt. Salt is good for the body. It's just got to be natural salt, and you can't overdo it. Just a little bit every now and then. But no, if you eat one way, and that's I got a new booklet coming out going to talk about that. So that's funny you asked me that, because that's my next part of the trilogy. This is a trilogy. This is just part one. This is a manual. It's 3 parts. It's the manual, it's the booklet, and it's the pamphlet. The booklet finna come out next. It's a whole different title and a whole different subject matter, talking about just that. So when my boy Shay Shay, he eat nothing but mangoes and stuff all the time, and when he got a staph infection, he was dying. Dude was dying. He got to the point he couldn't even get up. And when I started cooking that yabba pot, and he eating that brown rice and them greens and vegetables with all them spices in there, he was back. And then he went to the doctor. And then the doctor told him, make sure he cut back on his sugar intake. I'm like, why he didn't tell you that the first time? Bro, you would have been in a hospital by the time you find that out. So like you have one parasite don't like lemons and limes. The other parasite don't like garlic. Because these parasites is different. So this one can take this, but he can't take that. This one can take that, but he can't take this. Because there's 3-4 different parasites could be in your stomach. That's why, what did the great people with wisdom say? Variety is what? The spice of life. Variety. Eat a lot of stuff. Don't never get stuck. Change it up. Change it up. If you're doing couscous this time, do lentils this time, do red beans this time, do black beans this time. Oh, you're doing fruit today. I'm doing key limes today. Tomorrow I'm doing coconuts and bananas. The next time I'm doing something else. If I get stuck in the rut while I'm doing something for a whole year, then the whole next 2 years, I'm doing something else. I'll change, like, okay, I've been eating this. So since I've been a plant-based, I haven't ate the same way, never over the years. I'll be on this for a while, then I'll be on this. Then I'll be on this, then I'll be on that. And especially when I move, because when you move, you got to eat different, which is how you should eat. Because some scientists say that when we get sick, most of this dust in the air and stuff is our skin. And all the diseases and sicknesses we got is in our skin. And wherever we grow food, our skin falls in the soil. And they say that the plants detect our sickness, and then the plants adjust themselves to make a cure for our sickness. This is what some scientists are beginning to say. They're beginning to say that the plants can pick up our sicknesses from our dead skin. You know, all dead skin is everywhere. You know, your dead skin is here, so when the wind blow in Chicago and blow real hard, it'll blow that stuff to Indiana. It'll blow that stuff is in the wind. And so it says that the plants be reading our dead skin and be adjusting itself to cure us. So that's why I believe it's most healthy to eat regional. I don't believe it's real healthy for me to be in Chicago and eating food from Hawaii every day. I believe I got to eat food from the Midwest. If I'm in the South, I need to eat a lot of food from there. That's why that food is there. Are Chinese eating food from Indiana? No, Chinese are eating food from China. Russians are eating food from Russia. So it's designed that way. The birds are eating whatever food is there where they live at, right? If I'm a bird, I got to eat whatever worms is here. I can't eat no worm from way over there. And that worm here is the worm I need to eat that's going to keep me healthy here. Think about it. So when somebody say go fruitarian, you got to look at them. I'm in Hawaii telling you to go fruitarian, but you're in Chicago and it's 10 below zero. So how you going to eat like I'm eating? What I'm eating don't even grow in Chicago, and it don't get 10 below zero in Hawaii. So how you going to eat like that? So if I was still living in Hawaii and I was young and I was on social media giving y'all eating advice, I would have been giving you the wrong advice. Because I would have been telling you to eat something that ain't in your area that you can't eat. I seen a brother, he was talking about we should eat fruits, we should eat fruits, we should eat fruits. I ain't going to say no name because it's a good brother. We should eat fruits, we should eat fruits, we should eat fruits. Then a year and a half later, I seen him with a garden with all kind of vegetables growing, right? Because he never put into consideration that you can't eat fruits with money. The only way you could be a fruitarian, you have to live in nature where fruit is at. You cannot afford or you're not able to live off of fruit. I was mostly a fruitarian in Hawaii because we could go day by day and get it right off the tree. But how you going to eat fruit at home unless you go to the store every 2 days? Ain't no fruit gonna last like that. And like we in Chicago, you go get an avocado. I could buy 2 hard green avocados today from Whole Foods. And I could bring them here. And I could put them on the counter. And tomorrow they'll be ripe. 2 days later, they'll be rotten. You know why? They're not really green avocados. They've been frozen. They've been frozen. You really think you could pick a green avocado in South America or South Pacific and ship it all the way to Chicago and it's still going to be not right? No, they're freezing them. And when you go to Whole Foods or go to the grocery store, you see it keeps spraying that spray on it. It's chemicals in that spray. In some cases, it's water. Why they keep spraying it with water? So it can stay alive. So look, I was buying bok choy and cauliflower, collard greens and stuff. And I bring it, put it in the refrigerator, and the next day it start wilting. I started thinking, because I was a grower. So you know what I did? I got a bowl and put water in it. And then I take my vegetables and stand them up in the water and put them in the refrigerator. And guess what? They don't wilt. You know why? They still drinking, bruh. Just like your mom would take a plant and put it in water. My mother would take a sweet potato, and put it in a jar with water in the bottom. And the next 2 or 3 weeks, it'd be roots coming out of it. So the thing is still drinking. So now my stuff don't wilt because I put it in a bowl of water so it still can drink to keep the leaves going. Try it. Try it. Go get some greens or some bok choy or something and get a bowl of water and stand it in a bowl of water and put it in the refrigerator. I bet it won't wilt. I bet it won't wilt quick like it if you don't. When you open up the next day, it's going to be looking like it's still growing. Why? Because it still can drink. It can still drink. It could still drink. They don't tell you that. And I said, oh, that's right. Because I can get a plant, and if I cut it at an angle like this and sit in some water, roots will come out. That's how we graft. Yeah, you grow up, listen, in the winter, don't do no fast or none of that in the winter. If you want to do a fast in the winter, let's say you want to do a 3-day fast, you have to stay in the house. So it's got to be, if you want to do a fruit fast or a juice fast in the winter, start when you get off work Friday and break your fast Monday morning and stay your ass in the house. Because fruit is for warm weather. Fruit don't grow in cold weather. Fruit is no good in cold weather. The only fruit that's good in cold weather is some key limes or some limes in your tea. You know what I'm saying? Fruit is not it. That's why the watermelons ain't ready. I can't get watermelons like that until spring come and the dudes come from Mississippi. The watermelon man left at the end of July. No, I think the August. He left at the end of August, early September. He left already. Ain't no more watermelons. When your grandfather lived on the farm, my grandfather lived in Alabama on the farm. They had food they harvested and ate right away, and they had food they harvested and saved for the winter. Those was two different types of food. They saved the potatoes and stuff for the winter, and they would put them under this like this blanket thing and keep it kind of wet and save the potatoes till winter. You can't save the tomatoes to winter unless you do a process to them and jar them or something. You have to, what they call preserves. That's why they call it preserves. When they got a lot of peaches and they can't eat it, what do? They preserve it. They put it in a jar with syrup and lock it so it can stay alive, so that they can have it over the winter. You know what I'm saying? So I believe in eating, winter food in the winter. In the winter, I need some chili, boy. I need some beans and some rice with some onions and garlic. I need onions and garlic in the wintertime so I can cough up hoogies and spit them out. I don't need no lot of fruit in the wintertime. What I want with that? I want fruit in the summertime. In the wintertime, I want couscous and beans and rice and noodles and stuff in the winter. I want some comfort food when it's cold outside. I don't want no peaches in the wintertime. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? I don't even make no sense. You know what I'm saying? And I want Midwest food. I would got corn, but the corn is horrible nowadays. It ain't corn like when I was little, so I don't eat that. But I eat, I got to eat hearty. Give me some sweet potatoes and stuff in the winter. Give me some sweet potatoes. I put them sweet potatoes in there, boom. Bake them sweet potatoes in the oven. Then when they almost ready, I cut them open and I put a little maple syrup inside of them and a little cinnamon. You know what I mean? Sweet potatoes be popping. But all that stuff, you gonna get enough protein. You just gotta do your research. If you want to eat right, and you young generation gotta know something, that you got Google. So it ain't no excuses. You got Google, and you can go to Google, and you can say, vegetables that have protein. You know, ain't no, y'all generation ain't got no excuses. Because you can go and boom, Google. So you got no excuses like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Google. Google and YouTube. 25 vegetables with protein. Bam. There we go. Scroll down. There they go. Number 1, pinto beans. Pinto beans, right? Protein. Navy beans. Remember Elijah Muhammad told us what? Eat navy beans. I'm finna be knocking them navy beans out this winter. Navy beans, peas, baked potato, spinach, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, mushrooms, turnip greens, sweet corn, oyster mushrooms, snow peas, kale, artichokes, broccoli, cauliflower, dandelion greens, arugula, beet greens, avocado, asparagus, lentils, cannellini beans. See, when I see that, I say, okay, let me go get some of them beans. I ain't had, you know what I mean? I like to search stuff like this because it make me go get stuff. Black beans. So I like stuff like this because it give me suggestions. I'll be looking at it. I'll be like, you know what? I need some navy beans. You know what? I need some pinto beans. So this is how you inspire yourself. I'm like, pinto beans. Yeah, pinto beans. I need some pinto beans. Then I go down and say, navy beans. You know what, Elijah Muhammad, I got some navy beans. I need to cook them. So this inspires you. And what you do is, well, I've been eating Brussels sprouts, but I need to eat this other stuff. I need to get some turnip greens. When the last time I had some turnip greens? You know, so these things inspire you. And then you go, oh, you know what? I'm going to go get me some of that. That's what I'm going to cook. That's how you do it. You got Google. You got Google. And you got YouTube. Anything you want to know, you go search it on YouTube. YouTube is better than Google because YouTube, you push a video on there and tell you, this is what you do. They'll talk right to you. Go eat this and this and this. This got everything. Boom, boom, boom. So it ain't really no excuses. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Andrew, the booklet's coming out. It's fire. It's fire. Yeah, the booklet's coming out. I'm working on it. The cover is done. Now I just got to finish writing it. It's short, so it's not like a long project like my life story book. My other book that's serious. But the booklet, it's fire though. It's definitely gonna shut the game down. For sure. So that's how you get your protein. Search, look it up, and make sure you pump it down when you want to work out. Now, if you don't, let's say you lazy or you just can't get the energy to work out. I'm telling you something. If you kind of want to work out, but you're having a hard time getting the energy, that's where the food come in at. Because if you pump yourself up with protein, I bet you go work out. You ain't going to be able to sit down. You're going to be like this. I got to do something. It really does make a difference. It really does make a difference. When you put a certain nutrition in your body, Your whole way you function changed, the way you think and everything. You ain't never went to the gym like you said, but you done met up here and made this protein drink and drank all that protein, and you going to go right to the gym. Because it's going to put a battery in your back. It really does work. One of the main reasons we be so sluggish, because we ain't eating right. We ain't putting enough nutrition in. Straight up. You put the nutrition in, you can't sit down. The only reason we sitting down like because you eating too much potatoes and bread, too much carbs. And carbs ain't no good unless you're working out. If you're working out, carbs is great. Like Method Man say, he love carbs, but that's because he work out all the time. But if you're not working out, carbs going to turn to sugar. Sugar going to turn to fat and laziness. And what you're going to do is, boom, you're going to wait. New Year's going to come. You're going to make a New Year's resolution. But because you ain't putting enough nutrition in, you ain't going to stick with it. That's why the Body Sculpture Challenge is nonstop. It's nonstop. The Body Sculpture Challenge is still going. I'm still doing the challenge. I'm just not videoing as much. But we still doing the challenge. It never stops. It's 24/7 to get yourself in shape so you can make it out here, so you can feel good at work, so you can feel good when you're managing and raising your children, so you can be a good influence to your children and your grandchildren, and so that you have your stomach, you don't have stomach problems, you don't end up with Crohn's disease and all this stuff. You have to put the right stuff in your body, especially when you're a man. Because women ain't got to do nothing but lay there. You got to do all the work when it comes to sex. She don't give you nothing. She don't have to make nothing to give to you. You the one got to produce the liquid to give to her. And a lot of women don't understand that you have to produce this liquid to give to her. And without you producing this liquid, and without all your veins working right, and without your arteries being open, you ain't going to be able to perform. One of the reasons so many men can't perform, because they women ain't no good, the women ain't cooking, the women ain't feeding him what she need to feed him to get the pleasure she want to get. She want to not cook, not feed you, and expect you to perform like Superman. But ladies, if you don't put nothing in, how you going to get something out? This is why they had so many babies back in the day, and they were so full of energy, because them women cooked. They fed their men. They made sure them men had a certain amount of greens and black beans and corn on the cob. They made sure of that. I was telling my friend the other day, couldn't believe it. When my mother used to give us our food, and we have like, greens, we'd have like cabbage, corn on the cob like that, and chicken, and we would pick the chicken up. You know what my mother would say? My mother would say, put that chicken down and eat your food. Now just think about that. My mother used to say, put that chicken down and eat your food. Now, why didn't she call it chicken food? Because it's not. Ask anybody from back in the day, they'll tell you. They did not feel that you was going to be healthy unless you ate all them vegetables. There was no mentality that the chicken was going to make you healthy. Everybody knew that wasn't going to make you healthy. That's just going to help you be full, but not healthy. And parents used to say, put that meat down and eat your food. The meat wasn't the food. The food was the string beans and sweet potatoes and stuff was the food, and the corn on the cob was the food. Meat wasn't no food. Meat was not considered food. I'm telling you, they would tell you, put that down. You know, swear to God. They tell you, put that down, eat your food. Put that meat down and eat your food. They don't even understand what they're saying, but they know that if you don't eat these vegetables and stuff, you ain't going to be no good. You never heard the saying, meat-fed boy. You always heard corn-fed. He a big old corn-fed boy. He a big old corn-fed. That's where my mother would make a big pot of corn on the cob. Well, they don't got that kind of corn no more. I've had corn in years because it's all GMO. It's nasty. They need to bring back real corn. Bring back real corn and real oranges, would you please? So, you know, for those of you that's trying to go plant-based and you're working to go plant-based and you're struggling to get your taste buds back right, think about your children and stop messing your children's taste buds up so they don't have to adjust like you. You know, we had to adjust. The only thing saved me that made it a little easier for me to go vegan, you know one reason it was so easier for me to go vegan in 1978? Because I didn't have the burger life that long. I didn't have it that long. I only had that life 8 years. See what I'm saying? It was only 8 years that I was like a burger guy like that. I'll even give it 10 years. I'll give it 10 years. I'll give it 12 years. So it wasn't like my whole life was like that, because my whole childhood was whole foods. Greens, string beans, black-eyed peas, that's where I was raised. And I didn't really start doing burgers a lot until maybe 7th grade. It's 1970, something like that. So 70 to 78, that's only 8 years that I was on the Babylon food with no vegetables. So my taste buds wasn't really messed up yet. I still liked vegetables. I still liked cabbage. I still liked corn on the cob. So when I went vegan, it was easy because I just cooked what my mom and them used to cook. I just cooked black-eyed peas with no pork in them. I just cooked, you know, greens, string beans. So it was kind of easy because I just went back to Alabama food. So it wasn't that hard for me. Because I hadn't been eating burgers and stuff that long. I became vegan at 20 years old. So I just went back to the root. I was like, oh, vegan is going to be kind of easy because I'm going to just cook the stuff we've been eating without the meat. Because we've been eating a lot of vegetables. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't so strange. Whereas for my children, vegetables, you know what I'm saying, ain't no whole bunch of vegetables around. We couldn't even feed our children a whole lot of vegetables because a lot of the vegetables that our parents had didn't even exist no more. A lot of the stores that we grew up in didn't exist no more. Anybody in Chicago know 71st and State, when I was little, from 71st and State all the way south like 2 blocks, that was all a vegetable stand. Just vegetable stands. You get off the freeway, 71st and State, and you just see greens and stuff piled up. There was so many vegetables on 71st and State going south to 73rd that a lady went and got bit by a rattlesnake. There was a rattlesnake in there. That's how much stuff they were shipping, that they shipped a whole rattlesnake. She got bit by a rattlesnake. I don't know. I don't remember if she died or not. She might have. Lady got bit by a rattlesnake in Chicago. because it was just that many vegetables. And my mother used to get the string beans and we would pop them. You hear them go crack. You can't find string beans like that nowhere. The string beans, I don't know what them things is. I haven't eaten string beans because they nasty. I don't know what that is. And they got the tips broke off, and when they tear the tips off like that, then they get soggy in the middle. No, we used to buy the whole string beans with the tip and everything. My mother buy them, and me and my sister would help her pop them. You pop the ends off, throw them in the thing, and she'd soak them and cook them. I mean, string beans was delicious. Oh, my God. You can't find them nowhere. You can't find a decent orange. So we have to struggle to get our nutrition. We have to struggle to get our vitamin C, our vitamin D, our zinc. We have to struggle. Our manganese, our magnesium. We have to really, potassium, we have to struggle to get it. You really better work to take care of your health. And if you go plant-based, you can get plenty of protein. There's protein in the plants. And it's per serving. And you're going to eat a lot of it. So work on it, right? Eat right, eat to live, eat good food, okay? Yeah, they don't have nothing like that no more. So all that stuff is gone. When I was coming up, your mother or your grandmother would get the newspaper on Thursday. And then Thursday they would cut out all the sales. And Thursday evening they would go shopping. And they might go to 3 different stores. They go over here because they got greens and this on sale. They go over here because they got that on sale. They go over here. So your daddy or whoever driving had to drive to 3 places so grandma or mama can run in there and get the sales. And this is how black people was coming up, because when you went to different stores to get the sales, it made the stores compete. So when this store had the best sales this week, the next 2 weeks, they trying to have the best sales. So you was able to get a lot of food because they was competing on who could sell it, and whoever could sell it the most for the cheapest, that's where everybody went. Thursday was get the paper day, and it was full of coupons, the newspaper. And your grandmama or your mama would cut them out and then go shopping. Come back with so much food you can't believe it. And none of that food would wilt in the refrigerator. None of the food wilted. You know why? Because the food was fresh. And this food is old and been frozen and transported and thawed out. I went in Whole Foods about last week or the week before, and they had a big old mound of green avocados. And I went back 2 or 3 days later, and all them avocados was overripe. They talking about you can get them for $1 or something. Everybody touched them, nobody bought them. So they had a whole table of hundreds of overripe avocados. I'm like, how them avocados went from hard green to overripe in 2-3 days? You know why? Because they wasn't ripe, they was frozen. Therefore, when you throw them out, they're going to go like that. Because how you going to ship a banana all the way up here? Unless you do something to it to ship it up here. Because in Hawaii, we used to go, it was wild banana orchards, and we would take big garbage bags. And when we see the bananas begin to turn a little yellow, we would put the garbage bag on the whole big bunch and tape it up. Because when they get ripe, the fruit flies and stuff start stinging them. So to make sure they wouldn't sting them, we would go to they had wild banana orchards where people had a banana farm and just abandoned it. Papaya farm abandoned, right? Seriously, so it's just papayas and bananas everywhere. And we would go and we would put a garbage bag on a whole thing of bananas like this. This might be, man, this got to be 60 bananas on that thing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe more. It's a lot of bananas on there. And we'd get 3 of them, so we got like 100-something bananas. And so when we put the bag on there, then we come back like 3-4 days later and just cut it down in the bag, and they be ripe on the tree. And no bugs can get to them. And we go back to the roster camping, take them out and stick them up there, and we got, we got 20, 30 pineapples, we got hundreds of mangoes, we got whole things of bananas and stuff. And I would get my mail sometime and go up to the spot, and my mother be writing me saying, I hope you eating. And we used to laugh because we had a pile of, I said, I should take a picture and send it to her so she stopped saying that. Am I eating? Mama, you ain't never seen nothing like this before. A pile of fruit. A pile of coconuts. We just eating coconuts and just drinking coconut, washing our hair. I used to wash my hair in coconuts. I never drank water one day. That's why I don't like water now. When I was in Hawaii, I never drank water. I drank coconuts every day. And a lot of people don't know, some coconut trees are short with a whole bunch of coconuts. So I would pull my van under there. I had a hole in the top of the van. I would climb out the van or climb on the top of the van and just screw them and put them in the hole of the van and drive off. What's going on, G-Rock? And drive off with the van with, 100 coconuts, 200 coconuts. Then we go hit the pineapple field. Now, the pineapples, we were stealing them. We were stealing them from Dole. Dole got pineapples as far as you could see. And we'd drive till we see the ones like orange, red, the ones look right. And then we'll drive down and wait till the sun get ready to go down, and we'll pull up and run out there and grab a bunch of them and throw them in the van and jet out. You know what I'm saying? 50, 60 pineapples. Yeah. But all the other stuff we was getting legitimate. Because it's just mango trees everywhere. And lychee and mountain apples, and that type of stuff. Rose apples, you taste it, it tastes like a rose. It's like, I don't know what a rose tastes like, but how this apple tastes like a rose, it's crazy. It's an apple that tastes like a rose, but I never tasted a rose before, and it smelled like a rose. They only got them in Maui, though. They didn't have, that was Maui. They didn't have them on the Big Island, not that I seen. Even in Hawaii, some stuff is on this island that's not on this island. But that Maui Wowie, whew. When they say Maui Wowie, they ain't playing. So yeah, you can build up your protein. Don't let nobody tell you can't get no protein. Do your research on it. It's a lot of this stuff got protein. Make sure you go check this and buy this. You can search it. It'll show you some stores here in Chicago. They got it. Let me see if I saved it. The Fresh Market got it. The Fresh Market got it. I didn't save their location. Let me look up their location. The Fresh Market got this right here. This is soy-free tofu, 64 grams of protein. So half of that is 34 grams of protein. That's a lot of protein, and it's not soy. Let me see where it's located, the Fresh Market. It's on, because I'm going tomorrow. It's on 2730 North Halsted if you're in Chicago. 2730 North Halsted, the Fresh Market. Go check them out. It looked like it's one on 850 Northwestern. I ain't even ever been to the Fresh Market. Is this Chicago right here? Oh, that's Wilmette. But yeah, there's one in Chicago on 2730. You know what I mean? It was like paradise. We was there growing, so we could smoke as much as we wanted to smoke. And, you know, you out there, you young, you know, you got your dreadlocks. You're like a superstar with your dreadlocks. And there's women from all over the world on vacation, and they want to get loose because they're on vacation. And, you know, it was just a lot. You know what I'm saying? And we had a reggae band, and we was growing. So yeah, it was, you know, to be in your 20s like that, out there like that, it was definitely interesting. I was on my way to Africa though. That was the plan. But yeah, it was definitely interesting. All those exotic fruits, all different type of passion fruits. Matter of fact, I lived in Glendale and it was guavas. I lived in a guava mountain basically. So where I lived, it was just guavas everywhere. All on my property was just guavas, guava trees everywhere. So I lived in a mountain where it was guava trees. There was guavas everywhere. Delicious too, because you got a lot of different types of guavas. You got a lot of different types of mangoes. Hawaii had about, I think, 5 to 7 different types of mangoes. It's not just a mango, it's a lot of mango. It's the Hayden, it was the Japanese mango, this mango, that mango. It was a lot of different mangoes. You had lychees. Lychees are like, I can't even explain it. It's got the skin like a grape, but it's in a red, hard red cover. But it don't taste like a grape. I don't know what it tastes like. It's very sweet and very good. They sell them. If you go to Thai restaurants, they sell lychee. But of course, you know, they in the can, so it ain't going to be like the ones we was getting fresh off the tree. But I lived in a rainforest, you know. And in that rainforest, in a subdivision called Glendale, and it's a rainforest, and it just was guava trees up there. You know what I'm saying? I tell you something. I'd be up there eating them guavas. This is where I lived at. This is the subdivision I lived. So when you go to look to your left up in there, it's guava trees. All that's guava trees all up in there, right? And so I was eating these guavas all the time. Guavas. So one day we had cut down, we had some logs we was moving to build something. And it was some yellow jackets lived in a tree. And my boy was going forward and I was going backwards, and the log bumped the tree, and the yellow jackets came out and stung me. They stung me like 6 times, 7 times, 7 different yellow jackets. And nothing happened. Nothing happened. No swelling, no marks or nothing. And I know why. Because I was full of so much of that vitamin C from them guavas. Nothing happened. Yellow jackets attacked me and stung me all over, and nothing happened. I had no reaction from it. It only the stings, but it didn't even hurt after they finished. After they stung me, it didn't even hurt. Tell me I ain't crazy. And I knew, I said, it's these guavas. And then I got mad because they was on my property and they stung me, and I'm the king of the jungle. You just a yellow jacket. So I told the neighbors, I got some yellow jackets on my property. I'm finna get them out of here. She said, you can't get them out of here. You're gonna have to call the city. You can't make them leave. I said, shoot. So first I went to the health food store. I got some garlic powder and some cayenne pepper, and I threw it in their house. Hey, look, I got some cayenne pepper and some garlic powder, and I threw it in their house, in the hole where they live. I threw it in there. And so when I threw it in there, a lot of them came out, But like a day or so later, I seen them still going in there, so I got mad. So I had some kerosene lamps. So I squirted some kerosene in there and threw a match in the hole. Playing with a reel, boy, I'm the king of the jungle. You just a little yellow jacket. Boy, oh, I'm Tarzan. Boy, I dumped that kerosene in there and threw a match. And they was coming out on fire. They was flying out. They was on fire. They was flying out of there on fire like, ah. And they moved, okay? They vacated the premises. You should have seen it. It was a hole in the tree, all burnt up with garlic powder and cayenne on it. It looked like a war happened. Oh, my God, I need to do a movie. I need a movie so bad. Nobody would believe this shit. I had to do the movie. They moved, though. Boy, you want to sting me, boy, up here? Boy, I'll make y'all gotta leave. Whoever survived went somewhere else. And then after that, I was mad. Because a yellow jacket will fly up to you, and they want you to move out the way. Man, listen. A yellow jackets is crazy. They'll fly up to you, and then they do this. Then they sting you. I swear to God, they go slow. They'll pull up next to you and they go, like move. They'll sting you. So once I went to war with him and the yellow jacket would come up and go, I go, pop, and stomp his ass. Boy, don't be doing me. Boy, I'm a gangster. So they would come up there and go, do. I slap his ass on the ground, stomp him, and boy, start playing. You move. I start smacking him out the air and stomp him down in the mud. Stop playing with me. Don't you see none of these mongoose or none of these other creatures in this jungle mess with me? They all respect me. What's wrong with you? You're going to respect me just like these other things in there. Them other things didn't come to my camp. Nothing came in my camp. I went to war. Look, you know I like to get off subject and tell some good stories. So I'm up there growing. So like the babies, when they sprout, the ants like to come and eat the stems. So the ants was trying to eat the stems of my plants. So I went and found an ant where they lived at, and I dug up where they lived, and they was running, and I caught a whole bunch of them in a big jug. And then I filled the jug up with water and drowned them, right? So I had a big old jug of drowned ant juice, dead ants in a big old gallon. And then I went and poured them dead ants around my plants. And so when the ants would come and they would see all them dead ants, they would go back to the way. Like I swear to God, I made an ant perimeter of dead ants. In other words, this ants die over here, right? So, I swear to God, you can't make this up. And so I watched the ants, and when they would come and they would see all their dead buddies, I had a hole. I made it where I could pour it all around. There was no place to cross. It was a dead ant fence. And when I watched the ants, and when they came and they seen them piles of dead ants, they went back the other way. They stopped coming over there. They stopped coming. My queen like, hey, boy, you go to war with everything. They stopped coming. They was like, listen. They would come up and they sink them dead ants, and I could see their antennas or whatever, and I could see them fringing around, but they never crossed over them dead ants. I said, go ahead, cross. You're going to be in this pile. And then they went back and they stopped coming because it was a dead ant fence. You know, they was too many. Usually ants would take them back to the spot. They didn't even touch them. And they stopped coming. And then I had slugs that want to go get on my plants. And all you got to do with slugs is get some beer and put some beer in some cups on all four edges. And they're going to go in the cups and go down there and drown. So you get up in the morning, it's a whole cup full of beer, dead slugs. I throw they in the bushes and do another one. They stop coming. I went to war with, boy, listen, I ain't bothered you. Y'all don't bother me. But the mongoose didn't bother me because I used to feed them. I used to throw like, you know, I have sweet potato and there's still some left. I would throw the peel and stuff over there because I used to throw all my peels on the ground. I didn't throw paper on the ground in cans, but all like banana peels and stuff, I would throw that in the bushes because that's fertilizer. You know what I'm saying? Orange peels or mango peels, I would throw that, and then the mangoes in there would eat that eat the mongoose and stuff. They would eat that mango and stuff off of there, so they never came in my territory because I was always feeding them and take care of them, so they lived around my territory, and all the animals respected me over there. All the animals treated me like I was an animal, just like them, because I lived outside just like them. And one time, I never paid no attention that I was living with these animals, right? Because I never paid no attention. But one night I was there, and everything got quiet. Now, I didn't know everything was making noise. I wasn't paying attention that all these animals was making noise. I guess because I'm a part of the jungle. But one night, they just all shut up. And I was like, is somebody up here? These are night animals. They be making little sounds, little crickets, and the crickets and all of them stopped. I said, there's somebody up here. That was deep, boy. I didn't even realize they was making noise until they all went quiet. That's how much I was in the jungle. I was a jungle dude. And I was in the jungle so heavy that the sounds and stuff just, I ain't even pay no attention to it until it stopped that day. And I was like, oh, they all got quiet. Everything in that jungle at night got quiet. But I didn't even know it was noisy. That's some deep, I didn't even know it was noisy until they got quiet. And I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So I turned the lanterns off, you know? You know what I'm saying? Turned the lanterns off, and when they got my dogs, you know, my dogs was looking. You know what I'm saying? But I had 3 dogs. I had some Doberman. They was Greyhounds. No, they was Great Danes and Doberman mix. They was Great Danes and Doberman. The white boy over a couple of blocks over sold them to me. He had some puppies. I got 3 of them. They was with it. Whoever was up there, they left because the dogs didn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I had the lights out, had the nunchucks. You know what I'm saying? You finna get, you know, you finna be ninja up here, boy. You come up here, you can't come up here like that, up in this mountain, up in these woods with me, boy. I live up here. It's me, my boy, my queen and her daughter live up there. You finna get dead dirty. I know you didn't bring your ass up here to think you're gonna survive. All right, y'all, that's story time. That's that. I hope y'all eat right, take care of yourself. Go vegan, go plant-based. Even if you don't go all the way vegan, eat more fruits and vegetables. More fruits and vegetables, herbs and spices, nuts and grains. And keep eating a variety because you're eating healthy stuff before scientists tell you what it is. So change it up. Walnuts this time, cashew nuts this time, pecans that time, to protect yourself because you know it got something in it What different do is make what's in it. Run it all through your body. Run as many different fruits and vegetables, nuts and grains, herbs and spices through your body as you can, so you could be getting whatever's in it. So when you see a TV show and they say walnuts got this, you don't care because you eat them anyway. Yeah, well, I got whatever's in it, I've been getting it. Sunflower seeds got this one. Whatever's in it, I've been getting it. So always change it up. And introduce your children to, pecans and sunflower seeds. Get the baby some sunflower seeds and get you some of this natural salt I got. Let me go show you the salt before I finish. Get your baby some sunflower seeds, raw sunflower seeds, and get this salt right here. This is the best salt. Baja Gold. It's a wet salt, right? So it's already got damp, like it's nice. And then put it on a sheet, put it in a metal. Don't use aluminum and stuff. Get you some cast iron stuff. And take your cast iron skillet and put them sunflower seeds on there, and then sprinkle this wet salt on it. And then take a little water and just splash it with your hand on there and put it on the stove and bake it so it's a little salty for the kids. So they like it like that. Some pumpkin seeds, roast them for them. Put them in the oven for them and sprinkle some stuff on it. You know what I'm saying? Popcorn. Get some popcorn and pop it yourself. You know what I mean? For the kids. Get you some popcorn and put it in your pot, your cast iron pot with the top on it and some oil in there, and put it on the fire and get your mitts and just shake it. And you, after a while, you're here going pop, 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 and you just shaking. When you take top off, it's going to be full of popcorn like Jiffy Pop. But expose your kids to that. And another thing you do, as soon as you find out the fruit your kid like, load them up. So your little daughter, she like raspberries, load her ass up. The boy, he like apples, load his ass up. The other girl, she like grapes, load their ass. When you find out the fruit they like, load their ass up with it. Go get each one of them the fruit they like. If they all like one fruit, get a whole bunch of that, load them up. That'll stop them from begging for candy so much. They get their sweet tooth taken care of. You know what I'm saying? You find out they like something healthy, whatever you find out they like healthy, load them up with it. Get it for them all the time. If you know they like sweet potatoes, then cook sweet potatoes. Anything they like that's healthy, load them up on that. That way you ain't got to try to push the stuff they don't want. Because they going to like something. So find out what they like and give them that. You feel me? Another thing. I do be buying snacks. These one of the snacks I be buying. Right? The ingredients in this is whole wheat flour, cane sugar, canola oil, date paste, cocoa powder, brown rice, rice syrup, chocolate, cane sugar, cocoa powder, malted barley flour, molasses, sea salt. You understand? These, I eat these. This 3 grams of plant protein, so this be my snack. And sometimes I'll take 2 of them and throw them in my milk and blend them. It'd be good too. So this is my little snack, right? To stop me from eating junk. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So when your kid's little, you give them that. They going to eat it because they like sweets. They don't know the difference yet. If you wait too long when they eat a lot of artificial stuff, they ain't going to necessarily like it. Yeah, these is brownies. Double chocolate. Look, whole grains, dates, and cocoa. Got the dates. It's made with the dates. Look. That's a whole box full of them. You know what I'm saying? Look. They're nice and soft like cake. You know what I'm saying? So I do snack on stuff, but I try to get the healthier stuff. I get these, and then they got the other ones. I get those. Yeah, this is, there we go. Nature's Bakery, brownie, double chocolate. Real talk. Right? And I'll show you the other one I get. I'll show you the other one I get. I get the fig bars in the blue box. I haven't tried the other ones yet. But yeah, I get those. That's be my snack. When I want to get a snack to let me show you. So now the ones in the blue box here, the fig bars, now I use those to work out. I get the ones, they got the ones with no sugar, right? So they got the ones, this one, gluten-free, I mean. You see the gluten-free one? I get the gluten-free one right here. So I get the gluten-free one. I haven't tried the raspberry and all that, but I get the gluten-free one instead of this one. And then here's the one I got. Because the dark chocolate in the dates, dark chocolate is really, really, really good for you. Extremely good for you. Okay? Dark chocolate is extremely good for you. Now, your children going to eat these all day. They're going to eat these all day. They're going to eat the strawberry. They're going to eat the strawberry all day. They don't know. Just don't tell them it's healthy. Tell them, go in there and get you a brownie. They're going to eat them all up because they sweet. So they're going to like the raspberry. They're going to like the raspberry for sure. I haven't tried this one. I got to try the pomegranate. But they're going to eat they're going to love the raspberry and they're going to love the strawberry. So if you got kids, get the strawberry and the raspberry. And they never know. And it stop them from eating total junk. You know what I'm saying? And they made well. They made really well. Ain't no trash. They put the work into them. They soft, they're delicious. You know what I'm saying? Get the raspberry and get the strawberry for the babies so that they can be trained early. And just don't tell them it's healthy. You won't even take, you know what? I don't like fig either. Guess what? I'm glad you say that. Guess what? You will not taste the fig. Listen. You will not taste the fig. I swear to God, you'll never know it's fig. I swear to God, I don't like figs either. It doesn't taste nothing like figs. They just using the fig but they done flavored the fig so it don't taste like fig. I swear to God, Danielle, it don't taste like fig because I don't like figs. It don't taste nothing like fig. You're going to love them. You're going to be like, how the hell did they do this? Listen, Danielle, my mother liked figs too. I don't like figs. Now, if I don't like figs and I'm eating them, what that tell you? You are not going to know it's fig. I swear to God. You are not going to taste no fig. Because I buy the blue ones. Let me see what those blue ones supposed to be. But I don't know what it tastes like, but it don't taste like no fig. It tastes like some kind of fruit or something. Hold on. I kid you not. I ain't kidding. I'm glad you said that because that's why I didn't buy them right away. I didn't buy them right away because I don't like fig. But one day I just bought them. And it didn't taste nothing like fig. So I've been buying them ever since. I bought this one right here. Oh, it's blueberry. It's blueberry. It tastes like blueberries. It don't taste nothing like fig. It don't taste nothing like no fig. It's crazy how good they getting with this stuff. They just using the fig for the consistency, but not the taste. If you buy the blueberry, it tastes like blueberry. It's incredible. That's why I keep trying to tell people that you got to support the plant-based movement because this stuff is getting better and better. This stuff is getting better. So that's why people say, well, I don't like buying the processed food. Yeah, I like buying some of it because that's how it's going to get better. It's getting so better because when one person come out with it, now the next person got to outdo them. So somebody going to have to make it. If it don't taste better than this, they ain't going to make no money. So they're going to be like, we're going to make it better than that with less ingredients. This is the game. So they trying to outdo each other. Ours going to be healthier. Ours going to be healthier. That's the game. That's how we playing the game. We forcing them to compete to get better and better and cleaner and healthier. And I've been doing this for way back with tofuti and with silk soy. They ain't have almond and all that. And now they got hemp milk and everything. All because I supported the soy milk. I keep trying to tell people that you got to support that stuff to build the cause up, to build a market. And then the market going to start competing. So now that we got the market competing, somebody going to come up with a whole vegan fast food place. They had one in Amy's out in California. And then guess what? Somebody going to be like, I'm finna come out with a restaurant, got whole food. I'm finna come out with a restaurant, got greens. And somebody going to be like, I'm finna come out with a restaurant where you could drive up and get sweet potatoes, greens. Watch. Because they're going to keep trying to outdo each other. So like McDonald's and them got the little vegan burger. So next thing like, man, we're going to come out with a whole vegan McDonald's, which they already experiment with in Europe. Then Burger King like, we're going to come out with a whole vegan Burger King. And then somebody going to be like, I'm going to come out with a whole vegan healthy food. I ain't going to have no burgers. I'm finna have, like I'm finna have kale. I'm finna have mac and cheese made, And it's just going to keep going. Because what we do is buy your stuff and then we stop buying it. Like we'll buy your stuff and then we'll stop. We'll be like, nope. And they'd be like, why'd you leave? Because you got to do better. And they'd be like, then they have to come with something better. I've helped build this market. That's why I support all the vegan food when it come out. If I go in the store and I see something new, I'll just buy it. Because it creates the market. And then the market gets better and better. So that's why I didn't like them criticizing the Beyond Burger and all that. Because look, I'll give you a perfect example. Tofu. They start criticizing tofu. Say, tofu got too much estrogen. Tofu make men soft, right? So what happened? Bam. Soy-free tofu. See what I'm saying? Somebody said, damn. Because soy crashed, right? Listen. Soy, at one point when they went in the store, everything was soy, right? But then vegans said, man, we don't want soy. So now, it wasn't no soy. Everything went everything went seitan. Everything switched to seitan. Wheat meat. We called it wheat meat back in the day. So now they like, okay, don't nobody want no more soy. Bam! They hit you with the soy-free tofu. See what I'm saying? So we create a competition because you had the other people. They had the margin. Let me see if I can find them. They had the margin. And I can't believe I didn't save them. Oh, there they go. They had the margin, and the margin was soy. But then the vegans stopped buying soy, so what did they do? They came back with the soy-free margin. They stepped the game up. At first, Earth Balance was in the yellow thing, and it was soy. And we bought it, but then we wanted better, so they improved it. I remember wasn't no Ben and Jerry's vegan ice cream. One of the first ice cream people that kicked off the vegan ice cream was these people. I remember when I lived in O Block, I would go up to Jules on 75th and I would get the Tofutti Cuties for the kids. They ain't know, all they know is ice cream. It tastes just like the ice cream. I don't give a damn, it's ice cream. And they was good too. This was like the first people that made ice cream that can compare with natural ice cream. And I supported it. But then when I supported it, they stepped their game up. And came, boom, with a whole new deal. And that's what get the benefit of supporting them. Because I remember when they came out and I supported them. These people right here, watch this. This was back when I lived in O Block, they came out. I supported all this stuff. Gardein. I remember when Gardein came out. And all of this was like soy protein. Those are good too. I ain't gonna lie. And then because I supported that, That created the market. And then they said, well, everybody don't want no soy. Because at first it was them. This is back when I was in O Block. It was Gardein and it was Amy's. And I used to buy it because I wanted to support the market. Amy's was first. Then Gardein came. I supported them. And the market grew. You know what I'm saying? The market grew. They was trying to figure out how to get the money. And I kept supporting them. They came out with the tofurkey, which was good. I don't know what nobody else talking about. Yeah, that's a good sandwich, right? I kept supporting the market. And as people got away from as they started getting away from the soy, they had to make a move. So they hit you with the C10. Field rows come in the game, hit you with the C10. You know what I'm saying? They come in and hit you with the C10. So you like grow the market. You grow the market. You buy it. You support it to let them know it's an interest to go into that direction. You know what I'm saying? You want to let them know you interested in them going in that direction. And then once you get them to go into that direction, the competition is going to make them make it better and better and better. Because vegans is real finicky. So we quick to dump you if you don't, step it up. You got to step your game up. Or you ain't going to make no money. And this is how we build a market for people to eat better. Till we done got to the point where, man, they got some cookies that better than Oreos. Oreos is not good as these. Oreo cannot mess with these. Not no day in their life. These cookies are so good, you don't even want to eat nothing but a couple because they too damn sweet. I don't buy them because you're going to go eat two. Then you're going to go back and eat two. Then you're going to go back and eat two. And you're going to go back and eat two. And you're going to go back and eat two. And they're going to be gone. I swear to God. You're going to go, hey, Stefan, am I lying? You're going to go eat two. Because you're like, I ain't eat no lies. I'm going to only eat two. And then you're going to go back and eat two. And then you're going to go back and eat two. Next thing you know, a whole row gone. It's like, hey. But a lot of people don't understand the science that it took to make it. Because they haven't been a vegan a long time when everything was nasty. I was a vegan back when we never could figure out how to make nothing like this. When I first went plant-based, nobody knew how to make bread. Nobody knew how to bake cakes. The only people that knew how to bake a cake and some bread was the Chicago Diner on the north side, and Soul Vegan was the only ones who knew how to make stuff that was plant-based and tastes natural. Nobody could figure it out. Everybody's bread was nasty. When we used to cook dinners and stuff and have people come by, nobody tried to cook bread because it ain't going to turn out right. Now, you can get a can of garbanzo beans and open them and put a garbanzo bean juice on the bread, and it'll be fluffy like you use butter or margarine. The garbanzo bean juice. Did y'all know that? Facts. This is how good they got with the science. Now, who found out Garbanzo beans could do that. You know what I'm saying? The garbanzo bean juice. Act like egg whites. Act like egg. Swear to God. So that's why we support the movement. That's how we grew the movement and took the movement, and it's going to keep on growing. You know what I'm saying? We grow the movement. I supported that when it first came out. Borden's came out with that because Borden's see that the cow milk is going. So I supported it. I supported it. And we drank the soy milk. And then they seen we didn't want soy, so they came back with the almond. But then the competition seen them. And the competition say, look, we see what y'all trying to do. We'll come with the pea milk made from peas. And we'll put more protein in ours. Y'all ain't got no protein. We got 8 grams of protein. We was going to that store in Hyde Park, yep, in the GNC. We used to go to GNC. They had them messed up potato chips, man. Nobody buying them potato chips. Hey, the first thing they had was that Rush soda. I can't find a picture of it. Ginseng Rush. Bam, there you go. I found a picture of it. Get the hell out of here. Ginseng Rush was the first decent soda that we ever had as vegans. We never had a good hot dog or a good hamburger. We didn't have a good hamburger until the Beyond Burger. On my soul. On my soul, that's why the Beyond Burger was a big deal. Because nobody could make a good hamburger. Hamburgers was horrible. We didn't eat veggie burgers. They was nasty. And veggie dolls was nasty too. They was horrible. Nobody ate no veggie burgers. Hey, look, this was the first soda that tasted like a soda in vegan history. I can't believe I found it. There you go. A ginseng soda. It was like a Coca-Cola, but it was ginseng. This is the first. I can't believe I found it. This was the first soda This was the first plant-based soda. I swear to God. That's y'all witnessing vegan history. This was the first one. I cannot believe I found it. Look, they selling it for $9 because it's a collector's item on eBay. They selling it for $9 because they know it's historical. I need to buy one. I need to buy that. You know what? A vegan museum would go crazy. You know that? A vegan museum would go crazy. Hey, a vegan museum would go crazy. Because it ain't really, Sherwin's ain't up there no more on the north side. That was the big health food store, was Sherwin's. I don't think so. I ain't seen it in no store or nothing. I ain't never seen it in no store. I don't see it in the store no more. That came out, that soda came out in like 1978, 79 when I was vegan. When I was working at the Treasury Department, like 1979, 1980. I can't believe I found it. And we was doing the ginseng small capsules. Yep, we would go to Chinatown. We would go to Chinatown and get the ginsengs in the little bottles. That was our honey packs. he's that was the old school honey packs. Real talk. We would go to Chinatown and get the ginseng, the long box with the little bottles in them. They started carrying them in the gas station after so long, but originally you had to go to Chinatown, and then we would go to Chinatown and get the big one with the big ginseng root in there, and that one would get you high. That one would give you like this weird buzz. If you get the big one with the whole root in it, and you would drink it, and you would be kind of, I can't explain it, but it definitely alter your state. He so got a good memory. Well, I be forgot all that stuff, boy. Yeah, we used to go to Chinatown and get the big one sometime in a big bottle. Remember that one? And the what? The tiger bone. The Jamaicans had the tiger bone, I think it was called, in a bottle. And you drink that for the women. I wonder if they still got the tiger bone. Y'all got some real vegan history tonight, though. That's real talk. But them potato chips and stuff was nasty, wasn't they, bro? We didn't eat them potato chips, man. You know what I'm saying? We used to have to go and get like Fritos and do this, or like Planters peanuts and do this to try to get the salt off and eat the Planters. It was bad. We used to go get avocados and then go get some potato chips and a gallon of water in the plastic thing and go out to Bongo Beach and be just eating the potato chips and avocado. You know what I'm saying? They ain't had no salt potato chips, so we had to, man, it was bad. We had to suffer. We had to suffer, man. Because if you went to the health food store, you couldn't get nothing but something from the juice bar until they started coming out with this stuff, and then they went from this, then they started having a little candy. It took them a long time to get the chips together. They didn't get the chips together. I don't think they got the potato chips and shit together till probably the 90s, huh, man? And they didn't never get the hot dogs and stuff together until now. Until the Beyond Meat and them. They took them that long, man. Nobody ate no veggie dog, man. It was like eating a rubber dog. Hey, veggie dogs was nasty and veggie burgers was nasty. Nobody ate veggie burgers and veggie dogs. That's why I respect Beyond Burger. They was the first one to make a decent burger. You can hate them or love them. And I could always tell when a sister or a brother was trying to go plant-based, because I go to Whole Foods and they got 8 packs of Beyond Burgers. I'm like, oh, they trying to, when you, see, that's why people be criticizing when they criticize. If you go to Whole Foods back and when they first came out and you seen a sister with 5 packs of them, that means she a meat eater. She not no vegan yet. She trying to go vegan. That's why she got 5 packs of Beyond Burger. Because I used to go talk to them. When I would be in Whole Foods and I would see a brother and sister with 5 packs of Beyond Burger, something, I'd be like, oh, you changing over, huh? They'd be like, yeah, how it tastes. I'm like, it's good. It's going to help you. Man, yeah, I got to get off this meat, man. I said, you got the right thing. That's why I respect Beyond Burger. They helped a lot of people transition. Them alkaline foods don't be knowing what they talking about, man. That stuff help people. Because vegans wasn't buying no 5 packs of Beyond Burger. But I ain't going to lie. The first time me and my queen went and got some Beyond Burgers, we bought like 2 packs. Man, we went home and cooked them things. And man, we went crazy. We went back down there and back down there. We went crazy. You know how we did? We was over whooping. We ate them until they was nasty. we ate them until we didn't want it no more for a while. I mean, I ate them for like 3 days in a row because I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe they made that like that. I'm like, how did they finally pull it off? But see, after the pandemic, it lost its taste. It didn't taste right after the pandemic. But it was still good up to the beginning of the pandemic. Then, I don't know what happened. I don't think they could mass produce it. So now they changed it, talking about it's made with avocado oil. I bought a couple of them. They wasn't bad, but they wasn't as good. They still ain't like when they first came out. I don't think they can mass produce them, or maybe something messed up. I don't know. But it ain't like when it first came out, that bad boy, because they figured out how to take plant blood. People don't know the science. Like plant blood is called heme. And so these white dudes figure out how to take the heme out the plant to use it for like blood in the burger, to make the burger have this taste when you cook it. Man, it was genius. But they don't taste like that no more. So now they out of business. They ain't out of business, but ain't nobody buying it like that. They got too much competition. But they fell off. I don't know how they dropped the ball. Well, the pandemic. I'm sure the pandemic made it where whatever they was getting, they couldn't get their supplies. Because I tell you something else, too. When the pandemic came and there wasn't no meat in the store, I remember going in Whole Foods and all of the refrigerator was empty, but the Beyond Burgers. I was like, damn, it wasn't nothing there. Wasn't no chicken, wasn't no fish or nothing. It was just Beyond Burgers. I was like, damn, they made a lot of money. Man, Beyond Burger got rich doing it because they was the only one that could still produce. They was the only one in the freezer. That was crazy. But they fell off. They lost it. But I cannot believe I found this. This is the original soda. This is the first vegan soda that tastes like a soda. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This is the first step. This is, no wonder, you know why this is selling? Because this is really the first step to vegetarianism, at that time we called it. Being able to cross over and attract more people. This is really, I can't think of nothing before this soda that was headed towards mainstream. Because before this soda, we was all drinking from the juice bar in Hyde Park and downtown. You used to go to the health food store and sit at the juice bar and get a juice juiced. We ain't really buying a lot of stuff in there, because they ain't had nothing. They used to didn't have nothing in the health food store but the juice bar. The juice bar is where they made all their money. It ain't what you want. I used to get this thing called a bunny hop. It was carrot and coconut. I need to make one of them again. Oh my God, that's the best mix ever. It was so good, I had them do me a gallon of it and took it home. But everybody used to go to the juice bar because they didn't have no products, did they? Hey, Esau, the health food store didn't have no products in there worth nothing, did they, man? Unless you're getting some vitamins or some tea, you could get some tea boxes of tea. But they didn't have no product. I used to just go in there, sit at the juice bar, drink my juice, and go back to work. The first product I bought was this And them little square nutty things, I forgot what they was called. They came out with these protein bars. Like, I forgot what that was called. That was right along with this. Them two, if I could remember that and get a picture of that, I'd be so happy. I'd be ready to do a vegan history. I'm gonna have to do a vegan history. You know, tonight I'm doing Alvenia Fulton, Dick Gregory, and Dr. Sabi tonight over here. Yeah, that's gonna be fire. I'm doing, man, tonight. I'm gonna do some vegan history tonight, and man, it's gonna be fire. It's gonna be fire. Man, it's gonna be fire tonight. I'm doing Avenia, Dick Gregory, and Dr. Sabi. I'm gonna break that down. That's gonna be fire. That's gonna be fire. I'm doing that tonight. Make sure y'all be over here for that. That's gonna be fire. I'm telling you. That's gonna be history in the making. That's gonna be fire. Make no mistake about it. That's gonna be fire. Real talk. I'm doing that one tonight. And that's gonna be, man, that's gonna be something else. I just gotta take my time and put my little presentation together. It's gonna be hot though. I'm doing this one tonight. I'm finna do a whole vegan history series, and this is the first part. It's gonna be fire. I kid you not. It's gonna be off the chain. For real. So yeah, y'all, that's what it is. Make sure you eat right, take care of yourself. You know, stay healthy, do the best you can. You know, try to clean it up. You know, stay away from the artificial flavors, the artificial colors, preservatives, and all that stuff. You know, we want you to live and be healthy. And make sure you be ready tonight for this. This gonna be off the chain right here. We're gonna go through the whole history. We're gonna give Miss Fulton her props. She the one taught Dick Gregory. And we're gonna get Dr. Sabi his props. And everything they all did, right? And everybody in between. Right? So y'all stay positive, eat right. And make sure you get plenty of protein if you're going to work out. You know what I mean? Right, that's her. That's Miss Fulton. Miss Fulton is the one that taught Elijah. Elijah was going to Miss Fulton, and she the one taught Dick Gregory. She was Elijah's she was Elijah's doctor. Alvenia Fulton. She wrote Eat to Live. That's where Elijah got that from. She wrote Eat to Live, and then Elijah wrote How to Eat to Live. So yeah, we're gonna do that tonight. Y'all stay positive, eat right, and take care of yourself. Victory.